Luis, are you going out for dinner?
Yeah, I was just leaving you a note. Taking a lady out for dinner.
Oh, tell Beth I said hello.
Well, I'm not going with Beth. I'm going with Sheridan.
You're going out with Sheridan?
You're surprised?
Well, I know she's grateful to you for saving her life on New Year's Eve. I just didn't think the two of you...
Yeah, well, Sheridan and I have gotten along a lot better since our trip to Santa Fe to look for Papa.
Oh, good. You know I'm very fond of Sheridan. She and her nephew Ethan are nothing like the rest of the Cranes. I'm glad. I'm glad you're going out with her. I hope it works out.
Wait, hold on now, Mama. Just because I'm taking Sheridan out for dinner, that doesn't mean that it's a date. There's no romance between us.
Oh, well, that's not a date. What is it?
Well, I'm gonna ask Sheridan for her help. You see, there are a lot of unanswered questions about this dead man who was posing as Martin Fitzgerald. Like, why did he have Julian Crane's private phone number? Why was Julian so anxious to have the body cremated? Why did the man have a scar behind his ear just like the one Papa had?
I've asked myself those same questions, Luis.
Well, knowing Sheridan like I do, I'm sure she has as well. I figured if I asked her out to a nice dinner, she might agree to help me.
Tell me, Luis, does Sheridan know why you've asked her to dinner, that it's not a date?
Why would you think it was a date? I mean, Sheridan's not interested in dating me any more than I'm interested in dating her.
What?
You know, it's the two of us sitting here, same table, ordering drinks, about to have dinner. This could be on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
You're right. We've come a long way since the first time we met.
You mean collided?
I haven't forgotten that I banged up your police car.
Twice.
Okay, twice. Doesn't it seem like it was ages ago?
Yeah. Lots changed since then, I'll admit that.
Yeah. I'd just gotten over that awful relationship with that French skunk, Jean-Luc. I was so angry for letting him use me that everyone and everything became fair game for my rage. And not that that's any excuse for what I did. I mean, I know it was wrong for me to use my car as a battering ram.
You're right. I was wrong.
Wait a minute. You're supposed to disagree with me.
Oh, I am?
Yes. I mean, when a woman admits to a wrongdoing, most men would graciously tell her it wasn't her fault, even when it was.
I'm not like most men. Sorry if that upset you.
Not at all. Actually, quite the contrary. In fact, I was just telling someone earlier tonight how different you really are.
You remember how we couldn't even stand to look at each other the night I was here with Beth? You were here with Hank?
Oh, please don't remind me. It was so horrible.
Hey, I didn't make you get in that stupid magician's box.
I know. I only did it to prove to you that I wasn't afraid.
Yeah, and then I remember you got freaked out when the magician locked you inside. I never understood what that was about.
Guess I just never knew I was claustrophobic.
If you say so. Yeah, but I always thought that you seemed scared of something. Then, I guess when we were in New Mexico, looking for my father, that was when you seemed to get over it.
I hope I am.
I think so. You seem pretty fearless to me.
Fearless. Luis, do you want to know the truth?
It always comes out eventually.
The truth is that I've learned to be fearless, to act tough. Comes from being raised a Crane, I guess. But when someone plays with my emotions, you know, when they use me, they disappoint me, or they hurt me, I don't take it very well. And it may not show on the outside, but when I'm alone, all the pain and the hurt, just comes pouring through, and I just cry.
My mother was right about you, Sheridan. You're different from the rest of the Cranes. Truth really matters to you.
Well, I think that if you avoid the truth and get in the habit of lying to people, you only wind up lying to yourself. Once you let that happen, you're lost.
Now, I never realized how much we think alike. I feel the exact same way. The truth above all else. And it has to come out at all costs.
Well, then I propose a toast to the truth. May it set us free.
You know, I'm feeling free enough to tell you why I invited you to dinner. You ready to hear it?
The truth is, I've been waiting for you to tell me.
All right. And here goes. I want you to help me find out what Julian and Alistair know about my father. Why that man was posing as my father. Why he had the same idea as my father. Why he even looked so much like him, even down at the scar behind his ear.
That's why you asked me to dinner, to get me to help you.
Well, yeah. Why'd you think I asked you out?
Why do I think you asked me out to dinner? Well, I didn't think that it was to get me to help you to investigate my family. That's for damn sure.
Sheridan,
I had no idea that you had an agenda.
Agenda? I'm not asking you as a cop. I'm asking you as Martin Fitzgerald's son. I want to know why the man who kidnapped you and held you at gunpoint was posing as my father. What kind of ruse he was pulling and why.
Anything else, Luis?
Well, I'm sure of one thing. Your brother Julian and your father Alistair are involved in this. And I want to know how and why.
And that's where I come in. So this wasn't a date to get to know me. This was a date to try and use me.
I never meant it to be a date. I assumed you knew that. After all we had been together, and how my mother said that you were different from the rest of your family, and you saying how important that the truth is. I mean, I thought that you would want to help me get to the bottom of what's been going on.
You know what, Luis? You are just like Jean-Luc and every other man who's only wanted to use me for my money and my family's connections.
That's not true.
Like hell, it isn't. I'm just a means to an end for you. You want to use me to destroy my own family, to prove that they're liars and maybe even killers.
You know your abysmal track record with men as well as I do. I'm afraid, my dear Sheridan, they use you. You are destined to be used. Just stay away from Luis.
I will.
You saying you will help me?
Go to hell, Luis.